Morning, world. Yes, it's been a few days since I've done a little update on life and things of my off-grid world because I've been north of my gate. I've been to the outside world where the people roam. Scary space, scary space. Um, and in part and parcel, I mean, that was because I want to go and see my mother and catch up with my nearest and dearest friends. Um, Give them an update with my life, catch up with their lives, usual social interactions to the selected few very dear friends. And yeah, got back late last night, usual. Um, and today is I'm back home. My happy place. And I thought, right, I need to get cracking. I don't know, I can't remember if I've done a thing about it. But an update with regarding to the raised beds. There being one of the frames. When we had the extreme frost, the ground was rock hard, which was the ideal time. Not strictly the ideal time, but due to it being raining again, because it does that in Wales, we have water on the ground. And with the water on the ground, it becomes muddy if you keep walking up and down it, like I am at the moment. And when you need to dig holes in the ground, which I shall wander so that you can see them, because where I'm going to be putting the raised beds, the ground underneath was very compact. I mean, I'd have diggers on there, I'd have the camper part there, I'd have cars part there. So it was best part like concrete, and water would just run off of it. And so to avoid hassles, because once the raised beds are built, I'd like the water, excess water, to go into the ground. So what I've done is with the digger, 1, 2, 3, 4, you can see I've dug little sinkholes that's basically just getting just past what was compacted ground, so water can free flow into the ground and not out from underneath. And the only way of doing that was to use my digger just there. Now that weighs 2.7 tons, and if that's rumbling across wet soggy ground, it becomes like a building site in very short thrift. And it has taken me years, but I lived in basically mud for 2 years. What you have seen, those of you that have come over from the Liberation, you see this wonderful, wonderful bit of off-grid world in the woodland. Yeah, it's taken me time. Um, yes, I had to have diggers in. I had to have big diggers in. You saw the humorous moment with that was a 14-ton digger, I think, no, 13-ton digger. And because of diggers going up and down, tracking it left, right, centre, this area here, which is still not all green, I won't say grass, but say green, there's a lot of weed. It was just a pure mud bath. I will at some point get some editing shots of this to just sort of put pictures up as well. I'm working on that one because I lived in mud for years. Two very, very, very muddy years. Everywhere you walked, you're in mud. That's where I say off-grid is hard. And it is hard. But so I didn't want to put my digger on wet ground because it's nice now and I don't want to go backwards, I want to go forwards. So I had to wait until the ground was solid so that I could bring my digger up, scratch the ground out, which is hard because it was hard and compact, so that I could then prepare to, once I put the frames back down, I can level them so they're all nice and level with soil and stones, and I've got the sinkhole. I can then put the aluminium profile sheeting round the outside for the sides and build the raised beds, which I'll show you in future videos. And so I got up tomorrow, I start carrying on with that. But it's a little bit too wet and I'm a little bit tired. All this social interaction thing, as much as it is exciting, it's nice to catch up and see people, because I spend the vast majority of my time on my own in that sort of recluse style. It's a little bit of a struggle for me. So not a struggle, it's just, yeah, it kind of wears me out. I'm a little bit of time out. Anyway, into the greenhouse, because I'm just bringing down an empty milk bottle carton, which being I've got you in one hand and this in the other, I won't actually do what I do normally, but basically I cut the tops off, because these, when you drill the bottoms out, make wonderful plant pots. Use, reuse, do not waste. So that's what will happen, because in preparation for spring. And yeah, I'm back here, extremely relieved. Glad to be talking to you again. A lot of motivation from talking to my friends as to things I can do, what I'm going to do, my plans for the year, so on and so forth. And an extremely wonderful amount of time spent with the young lady that I look out for. And she is, should we say, the technical department of this channel for me. She is the one that is going to do all the stuff us old people don't know and the young people do. And she said she would love to be doing this to help me. This has been over various conversations prior to me meeting up with her. So hopefully we can improve this channel, and hopefully give you more in-depth details of bits and pieces. There's quite a lot we have in mind as to how to improve. No, not how the videos are done, but about how we're going to improve the quality. It's not the video editing, it's not the cutting and shutting and putting up all the fancy pictures and all the fancy music and going, look at this and look at this, the links below, blah blah blah. No, we're not going to do that. We remain to be the black sheep of the family. We like to be that little bit rebellious. But no, so we've got some wonderful plans. Well, we think they're wonderful plans, and only time will tell, and you, the viewers, but your comments will tell us yes or no, basically. And so quite a lot's been going on in the background in my world, in how I genuinely hope to be more successful with this channel in trying to give, yes, you the hope, inspiration, ideas, to show you the nitty gritty, the ins and outs, the good points, and more often the low points, the bad points, the ugly points, the real side of life. Not that fanciful summer holiday brochure type look into what this world is. No, the real life. From comments that you guys have made and are making, I do read them all. I genuinely do read them all. I don't always respond to them all. I don't have the time. I've read it and I'm on to the next one. And yeah, some, I try to respond to as many as I can, but I have my world to do as well. This is a little addition to my world now, which I'm very happy to do, but everything takes time. So I do apologise if I don't answer you directly, but I can assure you every comment, good, bad and indifferent, I do read them. I do listen to what you're saying. I am going to endeavour to sort of do videos of questions that you've posed me, you know, what about this, what about that, of which to try and give you more of an insight. For those of you that are travelling down this road, those of you that are on this road, maybe I can give you a different angle on things. I don't know. I mean, I watch fellow YouTubers and I pick up tips and tricks. No single one person is perfect. So, but today it's a little bit of a slow day. It's grey. The rain comes and goes, and not a huge amount of enthusiasm. Because, you know, I've been out and about into the outside world and a little bit tired from all this social interaction. Wonderful, but sometimes a little demanding. It is what it is. So today, because off-grid life doesn't stop, we have to keep going, whether I'm tired or not. So getting out there with a raincoat and messing around and getting dirty and lifting stuff is not really on the agenda today. So it's like, well, what am I going to do? Here we go. What I'm going to do is, I'll show you now, and I'm working on it, is I've got hanging up here, just there as you can see it, the cornflowers from last year drying out for the seeds so that I can replant this year. And what I do have, already I've got some indoors anyway, I'll bring some in. And if I'm feeling a little bit low, a little bit quiet, don't really know what I want to do, I'll sit now at my table, because in the live oration video that wasn't there, nor was the sofa outside. Things evolve. Creating the space for that table has truly changed. Well, there's me getting my slippers on. Yes, I can do civilised. I have slippers. And I thought, right, I'm just going to have an easy day. I went down to the village shop this morning to get a few supplies to tide me over for a couple of days before I go shopping, because when I leave here, because obviously I don't have 24-hour electric, I have to shut the electric down, so I switch everything off, isolate everything, you know, turn all my gas bottles off. No, and so this morning is all about turning the gas bottles on, getting all the electric back on, and I don't have any fresh food. So just get down the shop, a few fresh bits that just tie me over for a couple of days so that I can just relax, readjust back into my world, my happy place, my piece of paradise. And in the process of trying to make a cup of coffee single-handedly. No, I'm not going down that road. Go look at this coffee bit, that coffee bit with a nice bit of music. And no, I'm just trying to make coffee because guess what? I'd like a cup of coffee. And I thought, no, so I need to have a little bit of an easier day. Less stress, less worry, less concern. The physical demand, excuse me, here we go, coffee. But I still need to keep going. Even though I don't really feel like it, I need to keep going. I've got to keep doing things. Mother Nature doesn't wait for me. And so, the cornflowers, I'll make me coffee. Excuse me for this. But I want to make that, have a cup of coffee, whilst getting the seeds out of the little buds of the cornflowers. Is very finicky. I don't exactly have finesse fingers, so I said no. But I sit there and I just do every now and then. You know, if I'm not quite feeling up to anything much, just sit. Especially now I've got the table. I just sit at the table and I can look out at the view outside, which yes, a bit gloomy because of the weather. But I sit there, calm, peaceful, and just do a handful at a time, instead of I must get it all done today. Little and often it works. Go back a few years, I'd have probably said, nah, and you get on, just get it on, get it done. No. Little and often, it does work. And when you're feeling a bit low and a bit empty, there's something that helps me take my mind off everything else, or feeling overwhelmed with the big projects I want to do, but due to the weather, it's like, can't do it, and get frustrated with bits and pieces like that. Bear with me for 2 seconds and see if we go. I'm just trying to get rid of that. I shall set you down here. And I'll sit at my table. So today is reflecting on me going north of the gate, the scary place where people roam. Yeah, a little tired, long days, getting up early, running around, chasing around. You know, cup of tea with this person, catch that person, catch this person, spend some quality time with my mother. Most important, better quality time with my mother. Would always love to spend more time, but life is how it is. But whatever time and as often as I can, time with my mother. She's the one that created me. She's the one that has stood by me, thick or thin, the good, the bad and the indifferent. She's my mother. And yes, I do. I don't want to sound like a mummy's boy, but I'm proud enough to turn around and say, I love my mother, and I'll do anything for her. And she accepts that I have my life to live. A happy balance. And talking to my friends who have given me a bit of motivation, ideas. What you see here in my videos that I'm doing here on this channel, yes, it's kind of my story and kind of how I do things and what I've achieved, what I plan to achieve. Quite a lot of I's in that statement. So factually, that's incorrect. Yes, it may be these hands that do the achieving. Yes, it may be my blood, sweat and tears, and quite often it's my blood. I'm forever cutting myself one way or the other. But it's not I that's achieved. I, at times where I am tired, I am low, find it hard to carry on. But trying to do this as a single person is definitely not the easiest. It's the most peaceful, and the vast majority of the time, they're guaranteed the happiest. But where do I get the motivation? The motivation, something that we all struggle with regularly. You know, I mean, if people say they don't, I think they might be telling a little white lie. So, yeah, you know, I talk with my friends and things like that. I watch fellow YouTubers on subjects, off-grid, van life, narrowboats, survival, things that make me tick. And I can often find a little bit of motivation from that. And friends saying, well, why don't you just do that a little bit? And that'll start the ball rolling again. So the I have achieved, the I have done, the look at me. No, I'm just that ugly face at the front of a little army of people behind me, especially my two girls that are being very, I don't want to play today. They're hiding because it's raining. They're just pussies. There's a lot of people behind me that give me that push, that drive, that determination. Sometimes even the reason just to move. as the friends. Friends are extremely important, and I do truly believe in them. And so, with that in mind, nobody, as one person said to me, no man is an island. He needs a canoe. But here we go. So I sit here a day like this, reflecting on the wonderful time I've spent with those that matter to me in the outside world, north of the gate. And so I sit here, I've got my coffee, I've got my girls, and I've got a pot of cornflower heads. So I can sit here and just get the heads, pull out the seeds. So I need to put my glasses on for. I'll do that in a minute, I'll finish chatting with you. But this is how I'm still achieving. And I'm getting ready for spring. I'm almost ready. There's not many more of these to do. And when springtime comes, there we go. The signs of spring are here. I wouldn't necessarily say spring's here. You know, I've seen my first snowdrops. They always remind me of my father every year, because that was his favourite flower. My wild honeysuckles turning, the leaves are coming out. Nice young, light green leaves, that zest of life that's coming. The birch trees are just starting to show little buds. Sign of life, sign of spring's coming. Time to get excited. Time to do things. Time to smile. We're nearly through winter. So, we have good plans. Well, I say we. That's the young lady that I look out for, and other good friends that have given me ideas and how we can progress and hopefully make this a channel that, for those that desire something a little alternative, can gain knowledge from. If this old fart can do it, anybody can do it. So there you go. Please bear with us on this. I will be getting into more videos very, very soon, and because things are going and I've got ideas, and it'll all come back to normal. I've just had a few days out, which was very well timed for me because of the shock and overwhelming support that you guys have shown and are showing. And so it was a very timely moment of stepping away from my world, touching base with reality, recharge my batteries, come up with some ideas, set out some plans, of which you will see soon. And hopefully I can keep you smiling. Hopefully I can give you some hope. Hopefully I can give you some inspiration. Yes, that part is about I, because that is all I hope to achieve, and put a smile on your faces regarding life, I suppose. So anyway, sorry for the slightly boring video this time. More of a, I can't think of the word, but more of just an update. An update as to the surprise of what has happened with you guys supporting and following me. Massively surprised about that. A little time out to reflect on that and work on how I can hopefully make you all smile, give you all hope. So watch this space, everything will be coming. Please bear with me. Video formatting very, very much won't change. The only changing of trying to attempt to do any form of video editing will be short and sweet, because I've realised that I am where I am and you see what you have seen, and it looks great. But I want to be able to sit there and say to you, this is beautiful, isn't it? That picture there was when I first turned up. That picture there was 2 years down the road. That picture there, so that I can give you a background of where I am today and where I started, and all the very muddy bits in the middle. And believe me, there were an awful lot of muddy bits. So sort of be open and honest in respect to you with those that think or are thinking about doing something similar. That what you see today is there's a very, very dirty path to travel. It's a hard slog, and I want to be able to basically show you so that you're under no illusions that it is hard. And then when you see the today, hopefully you'll see why I appreciate my world as much as I do. So hang in there, folks. Sorry about this boring one. Felt it needed to be said to give a bit of a background and an update. And remember this: live a better life and leave a better world. Together we can. We will catch you soon, very soon. Thank you for watching. And here you are, let's go for a little bit of a modern twist. Hit the like, subscribe, and all, yeah, whatever. You know what you're doing. Yeah. And I appreciate, in a hell of a way, I really do appreciate your supports. Those of you that have subscribed, those of you that watch, those of you that comment, you are giving me that morale boost. You are giving me enthusiasm. You are giving me hope. You are giving me inspiration. This channel and what I'm achieving here from now on is going to be inspired an awful lot by you. So that's why I do, truly, from the heart, thank you. Speak to you soon, people, and have a good day. Ta-ra for now.